Oke guys, sekarang kita lanjut ke apa ini? Story event kali ini, event moonchase ya. Kemarin udah menyelesaikan sentuhan cair bulan 1 ya. Sekarang kita lanjut ke sentuhan cair bulan 2. Oke. Ini cerita kalau nggak salah kali yang 2 ini. Yang ini cuma masak-masak gitu kayak biasanya. Oke. Kita ke One Min Restaurant dulu ya. Please carry me down.
Hey, Xiangling, we're here! Traveler, Paimon, did you hear the news? I made it through the selections for Masterful Chefs.
Okay.
Really? Woohoo! That's great!
Kata aku juga mau berspesialisasi ini memang paling hebat si Auf.
It was a total breeze. I wasn't even trying. But a
Tapi
true
juara sejati
champion
tidak
never
boleh
rests on their
takabur, guys.
laurels. I'm still
Nggak
gonna
boleh
need your help
takabur
to
gaming.
prepare for the competition. I made a few new test dishes and I was hoping everyone could try them and give some feedback. Traveler, you want to be the first?
Disuruh nyobain masakan.
Oh, yeah, we did. And
Terus kami juga
anyway, we get to
sudah
eat your
sering
food
kali
all the
makan buatan.
time, so
Nanti kami tidak
we're biased.
menilainya.
You should find some other people this time, just to play it safe. Good idea. Okay, let me think. Let's get Beto to try it first.
Oke.
Beto! Yep, you can definitely trust her opinion. Let's go. Right now, she should be down at the docks. Let me box up this food real quick, then we can have...
Oke, kita ke Kapten Beidou ya. Dermaga ya. Kita lompat aja cari shortcut gitu. Wush. Langsung tutup. Ups, nggak boleh lihat guys. Wah, di sana Xinyan ya, Xinyan.
Beto, ahoy! Hey, look, who's she with? Hi, Beto. Hi, Xinyan. Are we interrupting anything?
Xiangling! Woman of the hour. We were just talking about you.
Lagi
Beto was
ngomongin.
saying you and I should get ourselves on board sometime. Says the whole crew's been asking for us.
Xinyan seorang pemusik rock yang aktif di belahan Yue yang menggunakan musik sebagai bentuk penolakannya terhadap stereotip. Musiknya sangat disukai dan kayaknya yang lugas, bebas, percaya diri dan penuh kebanggaan pasti menyentuh hati banyak orang. Oke. Setiap kali dia berdiri di atas panggung, dia bangun sendiri. Selalu ada penonton setia yang datang dan ikut rock and roll dengan ria dengan dia. Kalau di pelabuhan Yue muncul percikan api dan suara nyaring musik di saat yang sama, hampir pasti itu Xinyan yang sedang naik panggung. Sama sekali tidak boleh dilewatkan gitu guys.
Seems like you three go way back. Oh, we really do. Beto and Xinyan are two of my oldest customers, and I've helped out in the kitchen on board Beto's ship in the past. Recently, Xinyan's been planning to do a
That's the plan. Good music's meant for sharing. You guys should check it out sometime.
Will do. But I came here today because I made it into the Masterful Chef's finals, and I was just trying out some new dishes to bring to the competition.
Sure, beats drinking on an empty stomach.
Well, about time. I'm starving over here. Well, let's see what you got.
Oke.
Oh, man. This chicken fuyong's tasting awesome.
Oh, this food is too good for me to be soaking up the alcohol with.
These three seem to have a great time with each other.
Seperti itulah teman-teman yang kita mau ada dalam hidup kita.
Only thing is you've got 3 dishes here. Chicken fuyong, come and get it, and crystal shrimp, and
Chicken
they all taste
fuyong,
kind of
come
refreshing.
and get it, and crystal shrimp.
Is refreshing really a flavor?
When you spend all your time at sea, you don't have a lot of choice when it comes to food, especially on the longer voyages where you've got to stretch out your rations as far as you can. First thing you want to do when you get back on dry land is dig into a nice hot meal that's swimming in oil and has a ton of flavor.
That's the exact opposite of Ningguang's tastes.
Oh, sure is. Beto's tastes are pretty similar to mine and Xiangling's.
Ugh, Ningguang. I am sick of hearing that name.
Tetap aja ya ini
Our
sama
tastes couldn't
Ningguang
be more different.
sinis banget.
You'll never find us eating
Sama-sama
the same
apa
bowl
ya?
of food.
Saling membenci.
Last time when you were chatting with her, Paimon thought you two seemed to get along just fine.
We're evenly matched. Guess that makes the sequels. But I'm sorry, limp cabbage leaves are never gonna do it for me.
Yang loyo
I
begitu.
hear ya. Steamed cabbage and broth might be upper class and look fancy and all, but man, is it boring! It's never gonna give you that flavor explosion you get with some of the other dishes out there.
So, Xinyan, are these dishes too mild for you too?
Well, not so much mild. I just think you maybe missed a beat somewhere.
Exactly. This is some fine cooking, no question about that. But if this is for a competition, it needs more oomph.
Puff.
Beat? Oomph? Are we sure these terms apply to cooking?
Kurang
Beat and oomph.
kurang nendang.
Beat, yeah. You know what a beat is? I only know music, though. I'm nowhere near your level when it comes to cooking, so don't mind me if it doesn't make much sense.
No, you're both completely right. Beat and oomph. That's what I need. I actually thought as much while I was cooking them. Even though this was a brand new combination, it still felt like I was missing that one thing that'll seal the deal. You know, really push it over the finish line.
Serangan pamungkas.
Seems like she's found her muse. Does that mean music theory is compatible with cooking?
Sama seperti kita berdua.
Hey! Paimon didn't quite get the implication, but Paimon can tell when you're being a meanie. Okay, I think I know what I need to do. Great! So this went really well.
Don't hold back, just get out there and do your thing. You're a pro, Xiangling, and you totally got this. Hands down best chef in Liyue Harbor. Ain't that right, Beto?
Well, I think so anyway. More than any other chef. And there ain't a whole lot of people I'd be willing to say that about.
I'll do my best. Thanks, everyone.
All right, we'll leave you to it. I'm gonna take Xinyan on board for a while.
Xiangling, they both had pretty strong tastes. You sure that won't be a problem? Shouldn't we get a second opinion from someone with milder tastes? That's a good point. Beto likes her greasy stir-fries, and Xinyan can really handle her spice. Yeah, we should get another opinion. Now, who do we know whose tastes are on the mild side? Traveler?
Ada satu orang. Siapa? Itu loh Almontovo. Xiao.
Oh, right! Makes sense! So, back to Wangshu Inn? Who? Oh, someone you just missed last time we were there.
Kita coba saja di sini. Tak perlu ke Wangsuin maksudnya. Ya, gitu.
Huh? Oh, Paimon remembers? He said that we just need to speak
Anjir,
his name
sebut
and
namanya 3 kali ya.
he'll show up.
Sebut namanya 3 kali nggak tuh?
Will he definitely hear us saying his name, though?
Oke, pergi tempat yang lebih tenang. Dimanakah itu? Anjir, di dermaga. Cuma geser dikit doang.
Okay, let's take turns shouting his name. Uh-huh. Do I need to do this too? Hyman's going first. Ahem.
Hehem.
Nothing's happening. Let me try again. Xiao! That's weird. Does he not want to hang out with us? Wait, so let me get this straight.
Jadi ada seorang dengan kuasa super yang bilang sama kalian kalau dia akan muncul asalkan sebut namanya. Begitu. Masih 2 kali itu, guys. Harusnya 3 kali. Sebut namaku.
Well, not both actually, just one of us.
Janjinya denganku.
Oh, right. Well, you should be the one to try it then. Paimon clearly just doesn't want to feel left out. Okay then.
Oke, Traveler, waktunya kamu bersuara.
You called?
Anjir, langsung gitu. You call.
Whoa!
Langsung
He
datang loh.
actually came!
You spoke my name, did you not? When I make you a promise, I will honor it.
Blink of an eye and poof! He's there! That's how you know he's an Adeptus. An Adeptus? Xiao, was it? Hi there. It was me who asked the traveler to call you here. My name's Xiangling. I'm a chef. I've made it into the finals of this year's Masterful Chefs, and I'm testing some dishes out in preparation. I'm trying to get feedback from customers with all different tastes.
Wih,
Customers. And that includes me?
anjir.
Uh-huh. The
Serem.
traveler says you prefer mild food. Just the kind of person I'm looking for. If you don't mind, I'd like you to try the dishes I've made and tell me your thoughts.
Langsung ini apa namanya sangat penting ya. Anjir.
Since it's you, I will do it.
Yay!
Anjir. Dan biasanya nggak suka sesuatu yang nggak penting-penting kayak gini.
How is it? Are you sure you can eat it? Don't force yourself.
Tastes pretty good.
Huh? Really? I can't believe it. An Adeptus says he likes my cooking. If my dad was here, he'd be crying tears of joy.
You excel in the culinary arts. I'm reminded of another chef I know. That chef cooks dishes with soul, as do you. Both of you are masters of your craft.
Yep.
Who do you think he means? Smiley
Yan Xiao.
Yanxiao?
If I had to find fault with something, the two sides are a little strong for my taste. Some minor adjustments would take this dish from excellence to perfection. Just my own opinion. Do not fixate on it. Take it or leave it as you see fit.
Alright, go easy on the sides.
Aku masih
Okay,
penasaran.
I
Ini
got it.
Alis kan ya?
Thank you, Adeptus.
Ini beneran
friend.
Alice kan?
It was really great to meet you.
I'll be leaving
Kalau
now.
dilihat lagi itu Alis loh.
See you next time.
Alisnya bulat gitu.
I still can't believe he actually came. So, what would happen if we called his name again now? Only kinda,
Nah,
maybe
gua
not
bawain.
really joking.
Ini mata, ini mulut. Apa ini mata?
Good news! After 2 rounds of taste testing, I've had an idea on what to do next. Great! Lucky
Ini
we
kan
picked
Alis
the
kan,
right
ini
people to
Alis.
talk to.
Gak bulat gitu.
I
Ini
better head
bulat
back
loh.
and try this out a few times while it's fresh in my mind.
Ada alis lagi.
Thanks for your help.
Kalau diperhatiin lagi kayak gitu.
And the
Alisnya
final is
memang.
in Eugene Terrace. You better come and watch. Will do. Good luck. You bet.
Oke, kita tunggu lama aja mulai besok pukul 10 sama. Jadi kita waktunya pakai kekuatan kita, guys. Kekuatan mempercepat waktu. Hanya traveler yang bisa menggunakannya. 1 hari ke depan kita berdiri di sini, 1 hari ke depan and doing nothing. Dan tidak melakukan apa-apa selama 1 hari penuh. Terus tadi jam 10 kalau nggak salah ya, jam 10 lah. Tambah lagi. Oke, udah. Sekarang kita bisa lanjutkan misinya.
Let's head to the competition.
Yes, of course. Let's go ahead to the competition. Yaksha, meskipun mereka memiliki hutan dahsyat, mereka tidak bisa lepas dari karma atas tindakan mereka, terutama bisa oleh dendam dan yang belum terpuaskan.
Ooh, Paimon's so excited.
Oke. Kita lihat pertandingan Xiangling melawan Yan Xiao gitu tadi. Lomba masak nih. Jadi eventnya ini lomba masak, guys. Master Chef. Ini harusnya dinamain Master Chef ya, tapi takut kena penalti penggunaan nama ya. Kalau sama namanya gitu. Masterful Chef gitu.
Welcome, everyone, to the Masterful Chef's Final. At the appointment of this organizing committee, I am your host and officiator, Yanfei.
Oke, Yanfei.
Hey, Yanfei's here too! This event is brought to you by the Liyue Qixing in
by.
collaboration with a number of participating enterprises. The competition is divided into the selections phase and the
Ini
finals.
jurinya nih. Jurinya
We
katanya.
saw many contestants from all over Liyue in the selections process, and all of them were outstanding chefs in their own right. Of those, the two strongest participants
Jadi ini
were
langsung
put
di
through
skip
to
ya.
today's
Harusnya
finals.
harusnya sebelumnya tuh ada
In just a few short
lomba
moments,
berapa
the
kokin.
finals will
Terus
take place
sekarang
right
tinggal
here before
finalnya
your
doang.
very eyes.
Final akan
As
langsung
the
di sini.
officiator, it is my honor and privilege to represent the organizing committee and indeed the people of Liyue in overseeing today's proceedings. Next, please allow me to introduce the judges. There will be a select panel and an audience panel. The three members of the select panel are the Tianquan, Lady Ningguang, the Yuheng, Lady Keqing, and last but not least, gourmet connoisseur, Uncle Tian. In addition to these three, 10 judges will be chosen from among the audience to sample our contestants' dishes and cast their vote. That makes a total of 13 judges with 13 votes between them. Each judge will vote for their preferred finalist, and the one who receives the most votes will be today's
Jadi
winner.
nggak genap ya. Harusnya ada timpang satu.
It's all so exciting!
Nggak mungkin
And now,
50-50.
please join me
Harusnya
in
kayak gitu.
welcoming our two contestants into the arena. Come on out! To my left, a competition favorite down from Dihua. Life's harsh when you live on a marsh, but this kitchen ace will put a smile on your face. Please welcome Smiley Yanxiao.
Yan Xiao.
Hi, everyone.
Whoa, Yanxiao made it into the finals too! But what's up with him? He seems really nervous. Yanxiao! Chin up, shoulders back! Everyone from the inn is super proud of you!
Huh? Oh.
And to my right, a stalwart of Liyue Harbor culinary scene, a little feisty with a whole lot of spicy. Give it up for Xiangling! And her mysterious assistant, who knows
Entah siapa
who?
itu.
Hi, my nose. It's Guava. Hey, everybody. I'll do my best. Contestants, please repeat after me. As a finalist in Masterful Chefs, I solemnly swear to commit myself fully, compete fairly, and abide by all competition procedures. As a finalist in Masterful Chefs, I solemnly swear to commit myself fully, compete fairly, and abide by all competition procedures.
As a finalist in Masterful Chefs, I solemnly swear to commit myself fully, compete fairly, and abide by all competition procedures.
Ada yang
And
aneh.
I,
nih
for
kayaknya.
my part, promise to uphold the principles of fairness, impartiality, and transparency in my officiation of the proceedings. Now, I will hand things over to the select panel judge, Ningguang, for the announcement of today's theme.
Thank you all for being here today at the Masterful Chefs Finals. I am the Tianquan Ningguang. The organizers have chosen the theme for today's event, and that theme is of Earth and Waterborn.
Of earth and waterborn. Just like the Feast of Bounteous Land. It really captures the spirit of this year's moonchase festival. It's like surf and turf, but the deep and meaningful version.
The rules are simple. The one who receives the most votes wins. Tailor your dishes to the judges' preferences, or win over the audience with your originality. The choice is yours. Well then, I look forward to both of your contributions.
Contestants will have 1 hour of cooking time available and may only use ingredients provided by the organizers in their dishes. I trust this is no problem.
Yang nonton
Okay,
cuma satu orang di
without
sini
further
doang.
ado, let the cooking commence. Begin.
Yang katanya 10 orang itu di mana ya? Oke, kita nggak ikutan masak ya
Time to
katanya.
pull out all the stops. Show everyone why you're the best. Traveler, I'm on. Thanks for coming to support me.
Mana
Don't
nggak ada
you worry,
penontonnya?
I'm gonna make
Tadi
this the
katanya
best
10
tasting
orang
dish I've
pemirsa.
ever cooked.
Ini live apa gimana ini? Tayang di TV gitu apa gimana? Lah, kak kita masak dong.
First things first, get the stove on.
Masak. Sudah lah.
Xiao thought the side should be milder, which makes sense to contrast with the main dish. And I guess that's what Xinyan meant. You gotta have on beats and off beats. at the same time, you have to end on a high note. So I think I'll add a little sugar to the...
Wait, what sih? Bentar, saya harus apa ini?
Triple layered consomme is pretty bland to begin with, and I can't have two sides with the same texture. Luckily, the organizers have provided some very aromatic broth. It's just a little too gentle. Okay, this is where Beto was right. A pinch of salt should do the trick.
Sugar, I don't know what it is. But delicious triple layered consomme. This is triple layered. Delicious triple layered. Triple layered. What is that? I don't know. Triple ini. Oh, dan kalau gini. Tapi ntar coba aja kali ya. Coba doang. Udah, terus dimasakin Noel dong.
Giant chili chicken is the main event. Can't afford to compromise too much here, but maybe some pepper will set it apart without alienating anybody.
Pepper. This is giant chili chicken. Delicious giant chili chicken. Giant. Mana giant? Giant chili chicken. Mana giant chili chickennya mana? Bukannya di atas ya? Sweet madam. Ini. Fuck off. Dimasakin si Nyan dong. Si Nyan yang masak. Bukan lu. Dan
Oh, Yanxiao. He doesn't look so good.
apa bro? Ada masalah tayangnya.
Guba.
Apa ini maksudnya? Nge-lag apa gimana? Apa ini?
Whoa, what's
Wow.
this? Hold up. Things are...
Apa-apa?
Xiangling's mysterious assistant appears to be aiding her opponent. Judges,
Oh,
Are we
emang
going
ceritanya
to allow
gitu.
this?
Kirain saya melanggar aturan gitu, naik meja gitu ya.
we knew in advance that Xiangling would be accompanied by a mysterious assistant, and the judges agreed that the two could be classed as one individual for the purposes of the competition. But what do we say to this?
I take no issue with it. In any case, the assistant hasn't done much in the way of assisting.
No competition would be complete without a little drama. All a part of being young. I won't be the old fogey that ruins it for them.
Please allow me to explain to our host. Prior to the competition, the judges reviewed both contestants, and we can comfortably confirm that neither side is participating in a way that contravenes the competition rules. Xiangling is a highly accomplished chef, and her assistant is more like family to her. Xiangling prepares all of her own dishes herself. All that her assistant will do is occasionally
Asistennya
provide
hanya
a
membantu
fire
menyiapkan
source.
api saja. Itu guys,
Given
cuma itu
Xiangling's
doang
level
emang.
of culinary skill,
Kan tadi udah
the difference between her using
nyalain
firewood or
doang.
her assistant is a trivial one.
Ini
I
nggak
appreciate everyone's
bantu apa-apa
concerns.
hasilnya sih.
The presence of a mysterious assistant performing strange dance moves to cheerlead for Xiangling is a little unexpected. But the mysterious assistant has now started cheerleading for Smiley Yanxiao too, demonstrating total impartiality.
Pakaian
By encouraging both
penjelasan
Xiangling
gitu.
and her opponent.
Ya pokoknya ini nggak
Guba's
apa-apa
not
gitu.
really outside help. Guba just likes to watch people cook. I'm sure the only reason they went over. I give you all my word. Guba will not interfere with the competition. I say that as someone who's eaten Yanxiao's cooking at Wang Shuwen before. He is an excellent chef, and I want this to be a competition.
I see.
I have no objections. It's an honor
Aku
and
sih
a
yes.
privilege to see
Suatu
two
kehormatan untuk bisa
contestants
menyaksikan pertandingan
so
antara dua kontestan yang
dedicated to
mendidikkan
having a
dengan
fair and square
sportivitas. Itu,
contest.
guys.
The judges and the officiator accept this explanation. Let the competition continue. Yanxiao, are you alright?
I don't know what's wrong with me. I've never been so nervous in my life. Look, my hands won't stop.
Take it easy. I've been there before. I can help. Try saying a tongue twister to yourself in your head. Or think of some happy memories.
Why my dad?
Kenapa
That's
harus
a bit
saya?
specific.
Aku gak
That's
punya
what
ayah.
I do.
Ya, itu yang kulakukan.
I guess I'll think of my mom then. Anyway, you should carry on. I'll be
Kenapa harus
fine.
ayah?
Don't hold up your own dishes on my
Mungkin nanti
account.
diceritakan
Nothing's
ceritanya
being held up. I'm
Smelly
finished already.
Yan Xiao ini.
Huh? Oh, right. Then I need to focus up and win this thing.
Here you go. That's the
Backstory-nya
attitude we
kenapa
want.
dia
You're a
lebih
very
prefer
capable chef,
ingat
Yan
ibunya
Xiao.
daripada
So
ayahnya.
come on, show everyone what you're making.
Yes. You're right. Thank you, Xiangling. And thanks to your... well, thanks.
Time's up.
Oke,
Both
oke.
contestants have now finished cooking. I would like to invite them to present their dishes to the judges for evaluation.
Nah, makanannya
We will proceed
dibawa
in the
dong.
order that the contestants finished. Xiangling, please describe your dish. My dish is Juyun chili chicken with sides of triple layered consomme and crystal shrimp. The theme is of earth and waterborne, which includes land and sea. In other words, land animals, fowl, and
Meat, pork,
seafood
fish.
are all potential ingredients.
Shrimp.
My main dish, Juyun chili chicken, is a
Juyun.
combination of fowl and chilies. Juyun chilies capture the essence of the mountains where they grow, and fowl is a gift from the heavens. Triple layered consomme also uses fowl, and its other ingredients are ham and bamboo shoots. These are also flavors from the mountains, but they complement and contrast with the chicken dish. The crystal shrimp is made from a combination of rice, shrimp meat, and carrot. A thin, translucent skin wraps diced carrot and a whole shrimp. Fresh, crispy. Shrimps are a gift from the ocean. Tightly wrapping them in a skin made from rice makes this dish a blend of land and sea.
Ya, itulah pokoknya
Fresh
kalian
with
bahas
a
sendiri
hint
ya.
of sweetness. It's the perfect note to end this course on. Ooh,
Ooh.
a strong delivery there from Xiangling. Let's see what our next contestant Yan Xiao has to say.
My dish is
Is
Adeptus Temptation with a
Anjir.
mint salad and golden shrimp balls.
min salad
As
kalau
Xiangling
shrimp.
says, earth and water means land and sea. So birds, land animals, and seafood were also the ingredients I incorporated.
Buat
Adeptus Temptation is a
Adeptus
much-loved dish in
Temptation,
Liyue. And as chef of Wangshu Inn, I've always been proud to offer this as the signature specialty dish
ini
of our
masakan
menu.
bintang 5 guys.
It's a
Satu-satunya
complex
masakan bintang
dish
5 untuk
with
saya.
very particular ingredients. Smoked ham, crab, fresh shrimp meat, and matsutake. I chose this as my main dish as a sign of respect toward my profession and to this competition. The mint salad is my first side. Cool and tender with a subtle sweetness.
Mint salad.
It's a perfect
Mint
answer to
salad
the
daun
rich and
mint.
strong flavors of the Adeptus Temptation. Golden shrimp balls
Golden
is
shrimp
a
ball
time-honored
itu
classic loved
kayak
by everyone. A hearty and wholesome broth,
rambutan mungkin
followed
ya.
up with a
Kalau
shrimp ball.
kalian ke apa
Oh,
kayak kacauan atau
pure
misalkan atau
bliss.
gimana. Pokoknya resto-resto kayak gitu.
I can smell it from all the way over here. It's driving Paimon crazy. Judges, please sample the
Rambut, apa
dishes.
namanya? Apa sih namanya? Rambutan kalau nggak salah.
Very impressive. Both contestants' dishes are well considered, expertly made, and truly delicious. I'm gonna have another golden shrimp. I mean, I shall have to sample both contestants' dishes once more before I can reach a verdict.
Now, Xiangling has taken an interesting approach here. She's chosen a cold dish as her main. I have to say, that's a bold move. It's also a unique take on Jueyun chili chicken. Although the dish as a whole is served cold, the chili peppers have been stir-fried, so they're still just a little warm on the inside.
Kalau makanan
You
dijelaskan
get the
serinci
nice
itu kayak
crunch as you bite in.
wah gitu
Then
ya.
you get the
Kemudian
spiciness
tinggal
and
makan
warmth
doang, set,
all
ya
coming
enak,
in
udah
together.
enak gitu loh.
And then
Ya
just
udah
a
enak.
hint of that wonderful pepperiness to top it all
Kalau
off.
dijelasin panjang lebar
It's
gini kayak
quite
wah gitu.
simply
Kayak,
extraordinary.
waduh. Kemudian
This
enak
Adeptus
biasa
Temptation
biasanya
is
gitu.
quite exceptional. The triple layer consomme is also a very superlative contribution. Excellent flavor, well balanced between sweet and savory. Yes, the standard is very high.
Judges of the select panel, I will now ask you to consider your votes carefully before writing them down and handing them to me. Also, the organizing committee has selected today's audience judges, and they are now evaluating the dishes. Everyone who's been lucky enough to sample today's dishes, please consider and cast your vote independently.
Ini kayaknya kita harus memilih antara Smelly atau Xiangling.
They pick us to be judges.
Oh, malah tidak
Has
memilih kita.
buckets of passion and oodles of expertise when it comes to food. If they don't want yippee! For all the chefs there are in the world, and for all the amazing dishes that I can cook, the fact remains that you're the one who treats Paimon the best. Thank you all for waiting. All
Langsung
votes
skip
have been
ya.
received and counted, and the results have been returned to Ningguang. I now invite Ningguang to take the floor and announce the results of the Masterful Chef's Finals.
It is my pleasure to announce that the winner of the Masterful Chef's Finals is...
Traveler.
by a mere 1 vote margin, Xiangling!
Anjir.
Wow!
Kayaknya bisa ditebak ya.
How is it so close?
Well, there it is. I knew it.
It was a close contest, but we have a winner. Liyue Harbor's Xiangling has beaten Dihua Marsh's Yanxiao by just
Kalau
1
Xiangling nggak
vote.
menang ini jadi
There
karakter
can only
playable.
be one winner, but the fact that this was so close shows just how much both of these outstanding chefs managed to impress our judges. Thank you both for your stellar A big thank you to all the audience for being here today, especially those who have come from
Mana
far and
audiennya, mana
wide.
audiennya, audiennya
As
mana?
officiator,
Oh iya,
I
mungkin
declare
barangkali
the
kita
result of this
nonaktifkan ya.
competition to be fair and valid, thus bringing the Masterful
Kerumunan
Chef's Finals
di
to a
setting.
close.
Sayang sekali. Ya udahlah.
Thank you all for coming. Until
Jadi di
next
setting
time.
itu kalau nggak salah
Please
ada
exit the venue in an orderly fashion,
bisa ngatur lah
and remember to take all
kepadatan
of your personal belongings
karakter
with you.
di gamenya.
on,
Padat
let's
sekali
go over
atau
and take a look.
agak sepi atau sangat sepi gitu. Ya mungkin ini gara-gara tak matiin mungkinnya biar tidak FPS-nya tidak drop gitu. Kenapa? Kenapa itu? Kecil. Kok sinis? Wih. Wih, kok kamu tadi sinis terus setelah itu kamu berputar-putar sendiri gini. Maksudnya apa maksudnya nih? Hop. Santai, Bro. Santai. Kok lari-lari? Ya Allah, kenapa ini juga? Ya udah. Masih lari dong. Udah, tenang. Udah tenang dong. Ah, fuck.
Looks
Ngebug
like I
kayaknya.
won this time, Yanxiao. But I'd still like to try your dishes.
Sure, I'll have a try of yours too.
Oke, gerakan kaki saling mencicipi.
Truly exquisite. No doubt in my mind why you're the winner here.
This Adeptus Temptation is really good. It's so fresh, I'm almost moved to tears.
Well, just goes to show that you have a taste for the finer things in life.
No, you've got me all wrong. We're just a small neighborhood restaurant too, so I totally understand. Food is life, and customers are at the heart of all food culture. So humble food cooking is not to be looked down upon.
Is that right? Huh. I'd heard you'd gotten famous for your experimental approach to cooking and were all about fancy and exclusive foods. Never realized you'd done your time in a small kitchen too. Well, there you have it. All the greats come from the smaller places.
The same goes for you. You can't work in an inn kitchen unless you know how to consistently please customers. It's no wonder your food is so top-notch.
You're the kind of competition I'm glad to have. Let's stay in touch. Maybe we can find some time in the future to trade tips.
You got it. And next time we meet as competitors, let's both be even better than we are now.
All right? Deal.
Traveler, Paimon! Thanks for coming. Did you get to try the food? Don't even go
Jangan tanya
there.
itu, Paman masih kesal.
peeved.
Nggak dijadiin juri juga soalnya.
I can't believe it. You didn't get picked? Well, never mind. Don't get mad. I'll make some more for you when we get back. You will? organizer said that Yan Xiao and I need to go register our delivery addresses. Apparently, they're gonna deliver an exclusive ingredients package and the prize money at a later date. So I need to get moved. I'll come find you guys after. Xiangling seems really happy. Good for her. Looks like Kuching and Ningguang left already. As the organizers, they must have gone to wrap up.
Soal patung itu, oh ya yang patung kemarinnya. Kok masih error ya? Error loh guys. Ini kenapa? Kenapa ini? Kenapa? Hanya rusak apa gimana? Jalan lagi. Udah, capek. Lompat. Nah ini tadi. Masih ada masalah ini, masih ada masalah pribadi ini kayaknya. Mungkin belum berkesempatan untuk mencicipi Golden Shrimp Ball dari kemarin dari misi pertama itu. Nggak kesampaian mulu.
Oh, you found me. Huh? Is everything okay?
Masih kesal guys. Golden Shrimp Ballnya dimakan sama beruang
I
kecil
found
itu.
myself in
Goban.
something of a predicament.
Oh, berada dalam
In the competition, I voted for Smiley Yan Xiao. So you're frustrated because you can't go back and vote for Xiangling instead? No, that's not it. As a judge, I had a duty to remain objective. I made my decision after thinking about it very carefully, and my conscience is clear. Xiangling is my friend, so by rights, I should be honest with her about this.
Oh, itu masalahnya.
But, as you know, I voted based purely on my personal opinion. As a contestant, Xiangling may
Takut
not be able to
nggak
appreciate
bisa
this.
diterima sama temannya
I
itu
do not know how to
pendapatnya.
deal with people of her
Ya kalau punya
temperament.
teman terus kita lebih memilih
I just don't
masakan
know how to
orang
break
lain
it to her.
daripada masakan teman kita sendiri kan nggak enak gitu rasanya gitu
Just
mungkin.
say it however comes naturally. Xiangling of all people isn't bothered about that kind of stuff. And anyway, she still won in the end. Oh hey, here you are. I've been looking for you for ages.
I've been looking for you for ages.
There's something I
Balan-
need to tell you.
Tapi
What
agak
is it?
agak dihiperbola
My
ya.
grandfather always
For the
said to me,
ages.
in contests of food, always follow your heart. Which is to say that in gastronomical disputes, or indeed competitions, one must cast their vote for the party that they agree with. This decision must be based on one's honest thoughts, not influenced by any external factors. Of course, that was just my grandfather's opinion, but I have to say, I am inclined to think he had a point. So, despite the fact that I am your friend, I cast my
Kurasa
vote for
maksudmu
Smiley
Golden
Yan Xiao's
Shrimp
Adeptus
Balls ya
Temptation.
itu maksudnya. Tapi karena dia orangnya malu untuk mengakuinya, jadi memberikan suara untuk Adeptus Temptation-nya.
Well, maybe it was. I like golden shrimp balls. Is that a problem?
Diam seribu bahasa.
You were acting so serious that I honestly thought something was up.
Aku kira ada
It's
masalah besar.
fine. Doesn't bother me one bit.
Takut nggak enakan lah
You
sama orang
voted for who you wanted
seperti itu.
to, and that's totally okay. In fact, that's exactly how it should be. Otherwise, how could it be a fair competition? So, you made a point of telling me. Is that because you were worried that it made you a bad friend? Don't be absurd. Didn't I say already? I love this about you. You're just so conscientious about everything. Half-baked feedback just isn't meaningful to me at this stage. Seeking reassurance is what novices do, and it's been a long time since I was a novice. The way forward from today will only get more challenging, as will the dishes I'll need to cook. You have a strong sense of responsibility, Kuching. But you know, not everything is always about responsibility. Yes, you're a Qixing, but you're also you, Kuching. When you're with friends, you don't need to think about everything so thoroughly.
Nggak perlu mikir dowo-dowo.
You know that's what Ningguang's like, right? Beto's always telling me about how well she gets along with Mingwang. They even play chess aboard her ship sometimes.
Anjir, begitu
So you
saking
see,
dekatnya
Mingwang's kind of
katanya
old
gitu.
in that she doesn't let her identity and reputation get in the way of her ability to have a good time. You could take a leaf out of her book. Outside of work, it's time to let go and
Traveler. Xiangling, anyway, what are we standing around here for? Let's go and check on the status of the stove.
Oh yeah! Paimon had nearly forgotten about that. Let's go see.
Masih belum selesai guys, ini masih lanjut ini misinya ya. Masih nggak tahu, pokoknya masih belum lah ini. Oke, dalam lombanya sudah selesai. Kita sekarang ke batu guys, batu. Lah, periksa batu raksaksanya. Pecah nggak nih? Pecah nih.
Strange.
Oh, nggak ada perubahan ya, nggak ada perubahan.
This doesn't make any sense. We cooked our hearts out. Does this mean the competition wasn't enough to awaken the statue?
Oh well. I suppose it was simply not meant to be.
Yeah, we've waited this long already. There's no harm in waiting a little longer. Right, Xiangling? Yep, there's still time. Let's be patient. We'll all see this through together. On another note, I have some good news for you, Kuching. Things are looking optimistic for that recipe you gave. Master came by before the competition and filled in the parts that were missing. So now I'll be able to cook it.
Jadi masternya
In
kemarin itu
fact, I'll go find somewhere to make it right now. Right
nenek
here.
tua yang ada di pojokan itu ya, kalau nggak salah.
Oh, and Traveler, could you come with me? Huh? You only just beat Smiley and Chow. You think you're up for challenging us already?
Oke, saatnya aku serius. Aslinya juga pernah jadi dewa dapur.
Obviously not what I meant. You collect recipes, don't you? I thought you'd probably be needing this dish during your travels, so I figured I'd share it with you. Oh, right.
Anjir, dikira diajak duel masak.
Sheesh, we totally misread that situation. Huh? Jeez, careful eating your words so fast. You'll give yourself heartburn.
What are you staring at me for? Go on, go get on with your cooking.
Udah selesai. Belum. Buat the chili mint conchard sponge. Pakai. Terus kita masak di mana, guys? Masak di mana ini? Siapin dong. Fuck. Kita masak di sini aja ya kayaknya ya. Ada kompor kan ini tadi? Ada kompor ya? Oh ya ada. Masih ada. Masak. Allah fuck. Menyala. Udah nyala kan? Terus tadi ungu ya kalau nggak salah, ungu. Yang mana ini? Tadi apa tadi ya? ya. Apa tadi ya? Rice pudding, onigiri, omelette, three flavor, tonkatsu, curd popper. Apa tadi? Oh iya ini, chili mince. Corn bread buns. Anjir, saya punya banyak ternyata. Masak ya, pakai inilah. Ceceng satu, ceceng dua. Nambah defense ya di sini ya. Ini akan kekuatan perisai. Ceceng tiga, udah cukup. Bisa banyak-banyak.
It's done! So this is what the dish from the recipe looks like. Let's go give it to Kuching. Mine's ready too. Let's go together. We're back. The Traveler and I made one each. Here. have
Masa
a
satu
taste
porsi
while it's still
3
warm.
dong. Nggak dilihat matanya.
Don't mind if I do.
What is it? What does that face mean?
This
flavor. I've tasted it before.
I tasted it before. Masaka.
Apologies. Xiangling, Traveler, thank you both. This is everything I had hoped it would be. It tastes wonderful and quite amazingly. Somehow it took me right back to my childhood. When my grandfather was still around. Really? That's awesome! I didn't have a chance to fully explain before. In fact, when Master had filled in the missing parts of the recipe for me, I realized that I already knew how to make this dish. You already knew? You mean you were able to make this without ever seeing the recipe? Uh-huh. My dad taught me how to make it. Wait, but isn't this dish from Kuching's grandpa's notes, though? About that. I do not believe that this recipe was my grandfather's creation.
Oh.
My grandfather was a well-known real estate tycoon in Liyue, and also a scholar. He was an avid collector of old books and was quite knowledgeable on many of Liyue's customs and traditions that are no longer practiced. As a child, I used to spend a lot of time with him in his study. We'd read the classics together, then debate how much of it was actually genuine, and whether Rex Lapis was real or not. He used to say, books are just a bridge that bring us a little closer to history. It's up to those of us in later generations to ask these questions, search for the answers, and decide what they mean. Since then, my grandfather has passed
Kakak
on,
meninggal.
and I've grown up to become a Chiseng. My views on Rex Lapis have changed in this time too, from myth to reality. For me, the name Rex Lapis is inextricably wound up with memories of my grandfather. Whenever I see his name written down, it always reminds me of sitting in my grandfather's study, seeing all of his notes. As I said earlier, this recipe came from those same notes. It's an ancient dish that he was trying to restore to its original form. But, unfortunately, without the full recipe, he never quite succeeded. Still, each time he tried cooking it, he'd always get me to have a taste while it was still warm. The memories. This really is the taste of my childhood. Ancient dish? Are cornbread buns really that old? Well, at least in my family it is. My dad learned how to make it from his dad, and supposedly it's been passed down that way for generations. We
Resep
call them
keluarga.
chili minced cornbread buns. They're a traditional folk food snack, easy to pack up and take with you on the road. Seeing Guoba just reminded me of something. I actually made this dish on the day I first met Guoba. How did you first meet? It was in a cave in the mountains. I ducked inside to get out of the rain and saw an offering table in there, so I put the
Chili
cornbread
minced
buns I
cornbread
brought with
buns
me
sama
on
Guoba.
it.
Ini ceritanya mungkin.
Then I ended up falling asleep, and when I woke up, I found out that Guoba had eaten every last one. Guoba followed me around ever since. We're practically family now. Hold up! Stop the conversation. Look! The stone!
Oh, langsung nyala dong.
Open!
Udah, gila. Anjir, kenapa kamu ada di sana? Kok kaget bisa?
Ah, I see the chili minced cornbread buns have been served.
Master! Granny, look! The stone god statue looks just...
Oh, indeed it does. After all,
Anjir.
Woba is the
Sang
deity
dewa
you've been
tunggunya
searching
ternyata
for. God
ada di
of the
sampingnya selama ini.
stove.
Guoba is a god?
You asked me if a sufficiently festive atmosphere would be enough to reawaken the stove god. And my answer is this. Yes. And no. The stove god has always been a deity with great affection for the people, and who acts in response to their desires. To him, the heart's passions and the heart's desires are not the same thing. Passion can be a technique, a skill, something derived from experience. But desires, they are deeper, more innate. They are the heart's strength in its purest form. Masterful chefs is wonderfully exciting, but it is more an exercise of passion than of desire, and passion alone will not suffice to reawaken the stove god from his deep slumber. But just now, when Kuching ate this dish she had longed for, a deeply held desire was fulfilled. As well as receiving an answer to her question, she also gained something much more precious. A moment of poignant nostalgia so vivid, it felt like she was right there alongside her grandfather. The enormous power unleashed by the fulfillment of this desire resonated with the stove god's statue and caused it to manifest once more the form it took in the past. Of course, the stove god himself is not contained within the statue. The true stove god has been here with us all along. How does it feel? Seeing a statue
Melihat patung
of
sendiri
yourself from
dari
your
masa
glory
kejayaanmu.
days? Look at him. Still so majestic.
Glory days? Wait, what happened? Did Rowe used to be different from now?
Oh, yes. Back in his day,
Dulunya kau pemilikmu adalah dewa
Yokowa
pelindung
was
tanah.
once the patron god of the soil. But
Tapi semua
all the
kebijaksanaan
wisdom
kekuatan
and
yang di masa
power
lalu
he had
tidak dia
then,
serahkan seluruhnya untuk
he
tanah
has
ini.
since surrendered to the soil itself.
A god
Sekarang
surrendering
dewa
their
menyerahkan
power
kekuatan
to
kepada
the
tanah. Aku
soil.
pernah mendengar tentang ini
I
sebelumnya.
have heard this turn
Tapi
of
apa
phrase
artinya?
before, but what does it mean?
The kinds of trials and tribulations that a land can face are far more than you could imagine. Droughts, floods, torrential rain, hurricanes, earthquakes, tsunamis, fires, and plagues. The threat of disaster will never fully disappear from Liyue. Even woes that have never been faced before in history will come to pass in the future. Such things affect you mortals far more than we Adepti, with our immortal forms. He once walked with you over the barren plains until you
Terima
arrived
kasih
at
Hardcross
last at the
Gaming
harbor.
sudah subscribe ya.
He joined you in
Hardcross
building your
Gaming.
dwellings and lighting the stoves. It was his hand that lit the very first street lamp of Liyue and brought the aroma of cooked food into every household in the land. You mortals no longer remember him,
Tapi dulu saat
but back
kalian
in the
masih
age when you
ingat dirinya,
did,
dia adalah
he
Adeptus
was
paling
the
dekat dengan
closest
rakyat.
of all the Adepti to the common folk. Moonchase, god of the stove, born from a spark when stone struck stone. He was a god with a great love for humanity and their well-being. Millennia ago, the people sought to expand their city. They built a dwelling on the plains and called it the Gweli Assembly. The stove god cared greatly for the people, turning himself into minions who went into every home, fostering food and solidarity alike. Alas, their home was taken by a flood. The waters ravaged the Gweli Assembly and forced the people back south to Liyue Harbor. Though the distance was not far, the journey was plagued by a terrible storm. For a dozen days, the Adepti stayed by their side. During this time, the stove god cooked an ancient delicacy, flatbread with a meat sauce to stave off the cold and damp, fit for those on the move. Centuries later, disaster and plague arose once more. The stove god would appear no longer, for he placed all of his power into the land itself to quell the calamities. His power expended, and his wits greatly reduced. Thus his body decreased in size. By the time he parted ways with us, he wasn't even the height of a human. He told Rex Lapis and I of the dishes that bring joy and of the secrets of the flame, then went into the mountains and entered into a long slumber. The stove god departed, and Guoba was born. When he awoke, he ate the chili mince cornbread buns placed on the offering table by a young lady in yellow. Though he did not remember the past, he was profoundly moved and decided to follow this young lady thereafter. The stove god had quietly disappeared, but the vendors rose early to hawk their wares. People went out to buy goods, lit their stoves, and cooked food, just as they had done every day for as long as they could remember. In Liyue, things have always been this way. Nature provides, the mountains rejoice. We are blessed by heaven's good grace.
Years have gone by. The world has transformed, but our way of life survives.
Fame and fortune is only a season. It is the moment that we should embrace.
Past meets present. Heritage becomes legacy. Long into the future may we thrive.
You once told me that dining is the profoundest of customs in the human world. To eat well is to consume vitality itself, and to drink well is to partake of the very essence of the world. It is a matter of paramount importance, you said, for people cannot face the arduous journey ahead on an empty stomach. At once a humble affair and a profound one. A humble meal of maize and spring water is also profound in that. By ensuring one's survival, it paves the way for millennia of human history and culture to come. My dear friend, Liyue has changed so much while you have slept. Looking at the prosperity and beauty around us today.
Boba, this is kind of a huge deal. Why didn't you
Kenapa
say
kamu
anything?
tidak pernah bilang apa-apa? Bilang.
He is not who he once was. Even the power of speech evades him now. There's no way he could have told
Ini
you.
logis, ini logis. Ya udah nggak bisa ngomong, ngapain? Gimana cara bilangnya kan gitu?
Xiangling.
Do not be saddened, Xiangling. There are two sides to everything. Guoba may have lost many of his
Jadi
former
Guoba ini
faculties,
ceritanya
but
setara,
he is now
bukan
as
setara, mungkin
carefree
adeptus
as
juga
can
ya
be,
zaman dahulu ya.
without a single
Termasuk
worry in the
adeptus
whole
juga.
world. In this world we inhabit, who can truly be said to live a life free of all woes? Those with a mind and with the knowledge will certainly be troubled by all manner of things. But he has gone further than us in his journey. He had both wisdom and courage. Everything he took upon himself, he was also ready to part with. His carefree demeanor today is a testament to the fact that he is at rest. So since you are his friend, take good care of him. Go out to walk and play. Allow him to eat, drink, and be merry.
I will. You can count on me.
Xiangling, you have an adeptal affinity. Guoba follows you around because he has respect for you. The moment he awoke, he was met with the familiar flavor in the chili mince cornbread. After all that time, he still recognized the dish he had invented, and he approved of you as the one who had cooked it.
That's right. The taste of one's home cuisine always brings back memories of home. Though he remembered nothing, eating the food you had cooked gave him a feeling of familiarity.
You may be the first person in history to give the stove god the experience of being a satisfied customer. That makes you quite a remarkable chef.
If that's true, I couldn't be happier. Because putting a smile on customers' faces is what we chefs are called to do.
Well then, It's getting late and I still have things to do. Time for me to say goodbye. Traveler, Paimon, Xiangling, thank you all very much. I look forward to spending more time together in the future.
I guess my dad's probably heard the good news already, but I should still go catch up with him. Master, it's been a while since you came by. Why don't he thinks about you all the time, you know?
Oh, goodness me. Then, far be it from me to refuse. Off we go, then. Let's saunter over gently and see how all the city folk are getting along.
Malah lompat nyebur dong. Langsung aja guys ya, nggak usah belok-belok, udah pakai shortcut gini aja dah. Delapan 80 meter. Ips. Ini suka banget ngeliatin pansunya ya.
Hi, Dad. I'm back. Hey, what are you doing there? I should be the one handling that. Oh no! Guoba's taken off!
Oh, it's you. Hello there, old friend.
Oh, bless my soul.
Old
Are you
friend.
out for a stroll as well?
Saling
Given the season,
mengenali ya.
it felt fitting to take a leisurely walk while the meal is being prepared.
Quite right. And it also gave us the chance to run into
Jadi ini
you.
Zhongli,
Guoba
sang
may
dewa
not
Arkon,
recognize
Kyo
you, but
Arkon.
as ever, he seems quite delighted to see you.
So, Guoba doesn't remember anything? But can still feel when something's familiar?
Friendship will always withstand the
Usahakan tak
ravages of
lekang oleh
time.
waktu anjir.
Traveler, what do you think of the name of this festival?
Moonchase.
Moonchase.
Karena terdengar menarik dan cocok dengan musimnya.
The moon is a carrier of countless emotions. So many things only seem to surface as we gaze up beneath its poignant glow. Wherever the moonlight shines, the heart is wont to follow. Fond memories of those no longer with us. Debts of gratitude to old friends. The meaning of ages past and gone. All wrapped up in the city that has existed for so many moons to date. All these things and more. They are why people chase the moon.
In old age, the sight of many things puts one in a wistful mood. But children are always a beautiful sight to see. Such exuberant life force. It seems to well up from deep within the land itself. A land that has been in existence for so many millennia, and yet one that still dazzles today. Traveler, this moonchase festival has been all the more entertaining with you here to witness it.
Bisa saja.
Now, let's have Xiangling brew us a nice pot of tea. We shall drink and chat at our leisure.
Oke. Jeng jeng. Sengaja rembulan bagian kedua selesai. Rumah semrawut menembus langit telah selesai. Ya, oke guys, jadi itu ya. Oke. Hari ini cuma itu saja. Terima kasih bagi yang menonton dan kita ketemu lagi di